My audio is just fine. I have not gotten my mic yet. I still need to get that mic. Um, I should just drop again. I keep on getting distracted every time I finish. But anyway, guys, tonight, um, the number of issues that remain to be settled with the game are grew a bit. They were down to about 40, but they went up to now over 60. And that's only because um, there's so much stuff that was in the interiors that I was just sort of like going around and flitting. I had not really, I again am a real big favor of the checklist and such, and we really need to just go through every interior, each level, and make sure that the lighting is 100%. And I think Laura basically took a lot care of a lot of that. So basically, we just made sure that that house is good. So we're gonna go over to, let's see, let's see, market. We want the school. L1. Sometimes it takes a second to load it up. And I'm going to put some audio in the background. So there's, something that I can listen to. Now, I was discussing philosophy on Facebook the other day, and really, I'm always wondering what I could talk about while I'm doing these sort of things. And I just want to get a couple of things out about philosophy. I mean, especially stuff that came about, in the 20th century, and I just really just can't deal with most of those people. And I will explain why. And I'm noticing as soon my keyboard shortcuts are still shorting out, as you can see. But anyway, number one, Friedrich Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche, straight up. I mean, yes, he was misrepresented and turned into this Nazi icon, etc., etc. But here's Friedrich Nietzsche for you. When you take away all of his, okay, we before I even get into Nietzsche, I need to talk about philosophy for the most part in the early 20th century, the late 19th century. That was at the age in which really uh, people, societies on a whole right then, about that time, had really started just rejecting religion en masse, societally. And the preoccupation with basically all these philosophers, from Sartre to Nietzsche to all these others, is, oh my goodness, for hundreds of years, mankind has used this religion, thing to guide what it is doing. Um, now that we're getting rid of this religion thing, somebody needs to tell people that they have ultimate freedom or whatever. I no, that's Sartre. But no, somebody needs to step in and tell people what they do live for now. It's a number one, so effing arrogant of all those people. Oh, thank you very much, philosopher, because honestly, because I had no idea what to do with my life until you came along. Let me tell you. And by the way, before I start complaining about 20th century philosophy, I am a big fan of Stoicism, the Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, etc., etc. Fantastic stuff. If you have a chance to read his meditations, fantastic literature, world-changing, person-changing literature that you can read while and gain eternal wisdom in short little snippets that can be absorbed while you're on the crapper. It's a fantastic book. Anyway, but to Nietzsche and no, to the standard 20th century philosopher, it seemed to be, they were like, oh my goodness, somebody has to tell people what to do now, and goodness gracious, I'm going to step up to the rescue. And the problem is 90% of us never read those books, and here's the thing, we did realize we had ultimate freedom. We realized we had ultimate freedom to ignore these jackasses who just sat there and just and don't get me wrong, I think there is room for philosophy in this world, but quite frankly, this whole 20th century, thing. And let me get back to Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche was, of course, I mean, as his estate and all of his current supporters, many of his current supporters, because unfortunately fascism is making a comeback, uh, argue that, oh, Nietzsche was not a fascist, and et cetera, et cetera, and he was never, he was never meant to be taken this way, and so on and so forth. And to a certain degree, I believe that. I totally believe that he actually was, because I remember when he was like, I think he wrote something about all anti-Semites should throw themselves on a fire or something like that. And so he was definitely wasn't. But what he was is he was just an old grouch who poo-pooed everything in life. Because here's what Friedrich Nietzsche did. If you were not aware, and let me just get a game object. I want to put in a floor object. Apparently, the floor collider is not functioning here, so we want to get that in there. Where's my Okay, great. He literally, after he spent all this time, literally going from one ritzy Swiss ski chalet to the other, to another. And he would rent himself a room, and on his way up to his room, he would just look at everybody there and he'd go, harump, harump, harump. And he'd bypass the good food and he'd bypass the bar. And he would go up to his little room in that Swiss ski chalet, and he would open his window and he would look down at those people enjoying themselves. And he would sit up there in his room and he would write books about how he is so freaking smart and better than those guys. He essentially, if he was alive today, would be an incel. And of course, we have to, I mean, there's this other great freaking myth about Nietzsche that needs to be freaking put to bed. That, of course, well, if you don't know, and it's so annoying when, I have to, people just go into it again and again. But Friedrich Nietzsche's last, like, conscious thing that he ever did was apparently when he was in some city, no, I don't know the name of the city that he was in, but apparently he, saw somebody whipping a horse or beating a horse. And he ran to the horse and he collapsed to his knees and he grabbed the horse around his neck, trying to protect it. And he wept. And maybe, yeah, and from that point onward, he was just gone. That was because while he was up in those Swiss chalets and so on and so forth, writing his books about how one should not enjoy themselves, and those who enjoy themselves are total losers, man. He was sleeping with prostitutes. Here's the thing: is, and I don't mean to denigrate sex workers in any way. I mean, I quite frankly, I mean, no, let's not even go into like the philosophy of prostitution, et cetera, et cetera. But I have absolutely no problem with that. I think, quite frankly, I think that's a fascinating thing, by the way. When they found out when Craigslist intimate personals were introduced into a community, violent domestic abuse went down by 15%. So, hey, it's something that actually serves a purpose, I think. But let's not go into that. Let's not get distracted. But Friedrich Nietzsche, I think he was the original incel. He was banging the prostitutes and writing these books about how great suffering is, etc., etc. And I mean, great. If that's your shebang, if that's your thing, okay, I guess there is some value to that philosophy for some people. For me, it just struck me as absolutely absurd. And the reason is why Nietzsche is absolutely absurd to me, despite his like stupid incel behavior and just etc. etc. Just I mean, I know, yeah, he was like the youngest philosopher of philology ever, et cetera, et cetera. But he just obviously was like one of those kids who was like, I'm going to be an old man from the moment whatever. And like I said, I'm a fan of the Stoic philosophers. Let's see, do we have proper colliders on these guys? Yes, awesome. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Too cool for school. And actually, I like that jump. Let's go see if we got that. We used previously had a problem with like really close up jumps. Ah, I like that. Let's see how far we can push it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Hey, dude, I like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mark that thing done. And by the way, in this scene here, it looks like the positioning of the lights is a little bit off. And I'm trying to move everything over to NGSS, Next Generation Soft Shadows. So let me see here. The fix See, check aim jump for closer targets. Awesome. Lance is just, oh goodness, he is such a good, he's such a mensch, as they say. Let's see here. I think we're at 20, so that's 19. We just get one more and we're up to 120 issues done. Let's see. I discussed this with Lauren. We may have, okay, essentially we're gonna have to do chair colliders. Well, yeah, that sucks. I can't even mark that as like something that was done. Let me see. Create. Yep. So let's go here. We just need to check now our lighting. I mean, and why do we have the hanging lights and the neon lighting? That's odd. It looks like I accidentally hit that twice. But by the way, I should see if anybody, the 0 people who are watching. Ha! So, all right. Oh, hello! We got a viewer. This accent, it looks like it is kicking us into play mode. Sorry, guys and gals. And my last pass, by the way, through this is going to be just making sure, absolutely sure that, you know, every one of these pieces of furniture and everything, all the props are properly, you know, you can swat at them, etc., etc. Everything is to scale. So yeah, why do we have 2 different kinds of lights here? That's bizarre. And I actually still see a little bit of Y gapping. No, sorry about that. Z gaps here. Just a little bit of that. So just smooch. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Well, how did that happen? I mean, these are proper lights right there, and they're more appropriate. Even though, I mean, this is no. We're gonna get rid of those. Cancel. We're gonna get rid of these ball lights. We don't need those at all. That's weird. How we got double lighting in there. Okay, because that's, you know, those are the buzzy lights you have in the school rooms. We all know those. All right, let's see here. And it looks like actually this needs to be scaled down a bit because that is just a little bit too gnarly. Well, from a cat's point, it is really gnarly. It shouldn't be that gnarly. And I'm wondering now, I mean, is this a location that we want, you know, drop ceiling in? But I don't think so because, again, this is supposed to be like a historic one-room school. I don't think it would have a drop ceiling. But actually, jeez, I'm going to have to fix that. But we'll see. What is our sitch here as far as lights? Okay. Spotlight. We have a point light and a point light. And let's see here. That's in that. It looks like the restroom and the office there. And I think, well, we're just gonna have to take a look because unfortunately our keyboard check cuts have kicked out on us again. Yeah, this is going to happen a lot. I've tried to look into it, and you know there's unfortunately no response about what's, you know, going on. But anyway, oh yeah, I was going to talk about philosophy, and I'm sorry I lost that train of thought. I'm just not a fan of Nietzsche, and here's the thing. I mean, to some people it is weird philosophy. Yeah, absolutely. Suffering does make a person grow, but I just don't think. I mean, I to me personally, I think really, my refutation to that is something that I heard from. I think it was Tacitus the Younger or somebody. I think it was Tacitus the somebody the Younger, one of those Roman Stoic philosophers, and he pointed out this is your only time around. You're only once you got one time around with this whole thing, and do you want to spend that your entire time just sitting in like a Swiss ski lodge writing, boring philosophy, self-indulgent philosophy books about how intelligent you are because you refuse to allow yourself to actually enjoy anything? I just don't see that as a winning proposition in life. But that's just me. Now, the next philosopher that I just cannot stand is Jean-Paul Sartre, for the aforementioned problem that I have with 20th century philosophers going, oh, we're living in this age, where people are, civilizations are not 100, based on religion. How come I'm not able to grab this lamp? That is infuriating. Ah, there we go. And is it making? Yeah, it's casting shadows. Excellent. Just to make sure. And there shouldn't be a spotlight inside it. There should be an area light. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of that. I think I'm just gonna go right in. Number one, apply my overrides, and then go in. So, yeah. Anyway, going back to Sarge, his problem is that, yeah, Zoot allures. He said, mankind needs to be told that they have, they have ultimate freedom, and they have to be reminded by intelligent people like me what they can do with that. And screw you, Sartre. We don't need you to tell us what we're doing with our life. Thank you very much. We're fine without you. We really appreciate that. But no, out of all the people that we could talk to, I mean, geez, at least you go to the ski chalets and don't sit in there and write and sell poetry in the form of boring books. But anyway, not a fan of Sartre for that specific reason, I have to say. I mean, goodness gracious, God is dead. I have to become God now. Otherwise, society will collapse. Full of yourself, much, Sartre? Just saying. And goodness gracious, I mean, he was a fan of, he said that. Jesus gets into another thing about Che Guevara. I mean, the person that you see on all the young communists T-shirts. I've read Che Guevara's biography, the very, very thick one. Do I still have? I think it's down there. It's like about 2 inches thick. And most people just don't know. I mean, for some reason, he is always portrayed as this romantic, mustachioed guy who's just about revolution and love. No. Che Guevara was a cold-blooded murderer. If you had met him, and this is outside of his ideology, okay, because I mean, I think I've made my position on, Marxism, etc. clear. I'm pretty much a Marxist, but, well, I am. But on the other hand, once you learn about his life and who he was, understand oh goodness, he was a guy that was just made for murder, that just happened to be a doctor at the same time, and had very little respect for women, etc., etc. Saw them as objects, but still, hey. Sartre was a big fan of Che Guevara, and maybe again to a certain extent because Che Guevara at a certain point in his life, and it's mentioned in his biography, by the way. How come these lights don't have lights inside of them? That's bizarre. Classic fluorescent lamp. Do we need to get these back in? Okay, classic fluorescent lamp. Let's just open the sucker here for a moment. Take a look. Okay, I don't see it. Oh, there it is, way over there. But again, our shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts have given out on us. It seems to happen more often when I'm on OBS, because this happened about 3 times today during my entire workday. And now that I've been on OBS, I think I've had to do this about 4 times. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, Sartre. Yeah, look, we have no ambient lighting whatsoever, except for these guys here. Nice. And by the way, I've never played Stray, and I've only seen a little bit of the play, but I've heard that when you go to an interior, basically the camera just zips over to a side and it follows you. I can see why they did that, because originally essentially these buildings are much larger than they have to be. Everything is a little bit larger than it has to be because you do have to give space for the camera to move around in, and it is a pain in the keister. But let's see here. I think we seem to be having a problem with these. See where this is. There we are. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't give out any light at all. That is somewhat bizarre. But, huh. Do we have an emission on there? We don't seem to have any emission. Let's just see here, because this seems to be a very old sort of thing that I've had. Hmm. Give me a moment over here, if you may. Those 0 viewers who are in. And I kind of like Diogenes, only, but I don't think he really actually existed because there's all the stories about him. It just is like, oh yeah, he was sitting on the side of the road, and all of a sudden, Alexander the Great just happened to be walking by, and this happens. That just happened. Absolutely. Let's see here. Light. Sorry, I'm just going through my repository here on a GitHub thing. Just in here, where is lighting? I think it's that, so light. Let's see. I know I've got some proper. Where the heck are my lights? I could have sworn I had fluorescent lighting. I know we do. Let's just see. Lights. Odd, odd, odd. Camping and outdoor volumetric. PBR. Oh, is that? Hold on for a moment. I'm just going to go through everything here. Nope, nope. But is this it? It's just odd that these lights have absolutely no light source attached to them. And Unity doesn't. Actually, no, you can't do an emitter source. But just let me see here if this is. Okay, okay. My goodness, this maybe is this. Jeez, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say this: the school we're gonna have to come back to because I know I got those lights somewhere over on Git, and I don't know why they're not there. I'm gonna have to look into that. And you don't want me, I mean, see the side of my face as I'm looking at GitHub. So anyway, let's just go to our next one, which is the market. But I want that one to have the same fluorescent lighting, so we have to go to Grandma's house. Yeah, Allison FL1. Bring that in. Let's see. Yep. Keyboard shortcuts or foobar again, but let's just see here. I can probably move just the cat spawner into the location that we need to make sure. Okay, yeah, just move that over just a teensy. Yeah, you can't even go over to the side, but let's just give it a try. And so, yeah, I think really, if you want to read anything about philosophy, as far as like life, et cetera, I think I would have to go with Jordan Peterson. Ha! No, no, absolutely not. I don't know. Would you even consider Jordan Peterson? I mean, is it philosophy to talk out of your butt? I don't know. That's something I'd have to ask philosophy to. Um, and I don't think she would have much good to say on that matter, considering what Jordan Peterson has said about trans crisis and masculine. Anything that I see, or that too many people are listening to people like Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. And people are going, oh, well, men are being blamed for everything, so where are you? Blah, blah. Where are men being blamed for everything? I don't see that. And I'm 53 years old. I don't see that at all. Somebody's gonna have to point that out to me and tell me what planet they're coming from, they live on, where this trope of, oh, well, men are being blamed for everything, and if the poor men are only given a little bit of power and a little bit of a break, then they can be. What is this? I don't get this at all. I don't, and it seems that. I mean, again, I don't. If you're gonna find like any advice about anything, I mean, it seems that why go to examples like, again, Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, number one, I do not know what swamp of apocalyptic insecurity that little tiny man crawled out of, but I have never seen a man more insecure. That guy, I mean, maybe he is a crisis in masculinity that everybody's talking about. Andrew Tate is, because I have never seen any man or anybody claiming that, that gender, or either the sex or the gender, who just embodies, just straight up, what the hell is, look at those lights, those are way too short, because a kitty goes up to, your knees are right about there, so your leg is there, your butt would be there. Yeah, those lights need to be moved up about like 33%. But I kind of like the lighting, because really, man, again, all interiors should not be fully brightly lit, because cats can always go into sneak mode, you see, and they can see better of what's going on. Uh, I don't like that there are still glowing embers in that there. I need to get rid of those. I thought I did. Let me see. Remove glowing embers. And the only reason I have to remove those is because, number one, fire hazard, I mean, et cetera, et cetera. And number two, uh, it would have to slowly die down over time. There's no such thing as an eternally like going long. And I'm pretty sure, the way the gaming, community is, there will be somebody who'll just like, I'm going to put my cat, I'm going to hack in and make sure that they, can remain fed. Oh, we got a little bit of Wi-Fi-ing there. And, I'm going to do that, take care of that in the final pass. Let's just see, go downstairs. Let's see here. Yeah, we need a little bit more lighting up there. So let me see. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Usually, the elderly get up earlier than younger folks. So I'm going to say that the person who lived in this house was awake at a particular time. Very important to the story and lighting the scene. We just want to make absolutely sure uh, everything reflects the time of the game. I think there would be lights on in the kitchen. I think lights on in our bedroom, yeah. And like I said, I was going to bring these up by 33% all around the house. And but anyway, let me go back to bad mouthing people like Andrew Tate and such. Is that again? I do not know how he can lay claim to anything. I mean, yeah, Amazon drop shipping. Uh, okay, fantastic, good on you, lad. There, um, that's what you're doing with your life there, Andrew. I guess. And I think for some reason, because you're doing that, you think that you have like, well, no, your followers for some reason think you have something really great going. I just don't get it. Yeah. Goodness gracious. I really just every time say that guy's name, I get a little. I mean, it tastes like there's a little bit of throw up in the back of my mouth. So I really should just never mention him again. And when it comes to Jordan Peterson, the guy, number one, I mean, I don't want to shame because I mean we I don't want to shame people who have had substance abuse issues. Um, on that level. I again, uh, I think I went into how I wound up at a drug rehabilitation center at one point in my life, and I got to know a lot of people who were addicts, et cetera, et cetera. And I again, I don't want to shame that at all because that's just bad. But the guy sounds like Barney Fife after huffing a little bit too much nitrous. No, not nitrous. What's the stuff? Helium. I've never seen a guy that less typifies anything that would be considered, at the level of masculinity that he seems to try to champion. I just don't see that there. Look, we got a huge gap there. And I just, I mean, okay, so there's a crisis in masculinity. Why is everybody going to the absolute worst people? I mean, we'll accept that as a philosophical, a premise of the discussion. There's some sort of crisis in masculinity because for some reason men feel they're being blamed for everything right now. Don't understand why, but let's just assume that is the case. Why go to, again, like, this oh my god, the most insecure man on the world, again, Andrew Tate, and this bizarre guy that has this fixation with, I mean, it was something that I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Basically building your entire career on anti-trans and stuff, and oh, you clean up your room, stand up straight. And I mean, I'm trying to do a Jordan Peterson impersonation, but you see, I actually have testicles, so I can't. So I just really can't do a really good Jordan Peterson impersonation. So it's sort of like me whenever I try and impersonate Todd Howard. I really can't because we actually make game design docs, as everybody's heard. And I could see. By the way, on that subject, I just want to throw this out there. I mean, they've been that way, I think, since the days when they were a really small organization. I mean, Morrowind was made with a very small crew, and and that works when you have a small organization of that size. About a dozen, 2 dozen people. You can live without a game design doc. But when you're literally, a triple A studio, you gotta you can't just be winging it, man. You just can't be winging it. And that's why, by the way, and when we heard about this thing, how they don't have a design doc, that explains so much about recent, Bethesda games, where they're like, why did they bring this mechanic in here out of the way, out of nowhere? Like, for example, the base mechanic in Fallout 4. That I mean, everybody who's played Grand Theft Auto 4 knows everybody got a mod that got rid of that annoying thing where your friends would call you to go out like bowling and stuff. This was them bringing a hated mechanic into there because somebody up the corporate chain at Bethesda was like, "Oh yeah, I want base building mechanic," and the people were, "Okay, I guess we got that now." And nobody had a game design doc to make sure that everything was to square everything with that. So Bethesda screwed up. That we learned another detail of how why Bethesda is so screwed. Uh, and I think there's no place really for this guy here. Let me just do another quick tour of the interior. There would be no wood there. Actually, we could put that down in the basement. There wouldn't be one there. And she has enough furniture in here. Actually, no. She would have some curios over in the corner, I think. like a little curio stand, maybe a little statue on another statue. Here we go. Here we go, Grandma. All right. So let's see. We have to work out this. Oh, no, no. The lighting situation. I would like to turn those lights up a bit. And by the way, I usually say, "Oh, if you're a fan of the X of something that I just insulted, I'm very sorry. I don't mean to. Hey, we are all into crazy stuff. I mean everything I said about Andrew Tate. And if you're following Andrew Tate or you're following Jordan Peterson, get in touch with me. I have better things that you can read, um, and better people that I can recommend that you like, follow, because those jokers, oh God, those jokers. Yeah, there's a statue. Let's just move that over. But we first have to make sure that the lighting, this one is not the proper size again. Bring that up. There we are. There we are. Except I don't like this over here. I mean, the photograph. I like the idea of this character having the phonograph, like some music that she listens to that reminds her of, the whoever, old times, you know. But I don't like that configuration here, because what it should be is this should be, like that, and that should be perhaps what I would really like is I would like to have a back in the olden days they had these suitcase uh, wind up, sort of record players. But that's in, the next time I go and do a pass. But what I need to do here is I need to go into here, open up, and just check out Spotlight again. There should be Spotlight. These should be point lights. All right. So yeah, it's just kind of weird. It's one of those things that I'm seeing these days, and I'm like, I mean, trust me, when you get into your 50s, you'll start to things will just start happening, and you'll be, well, I guess I'm getting old, because again, this whole like crisis masculinity thing is just so silly. I grew up in the 70s where it was like, oh, free to be you and me, man. I mean, that sums it up right there. You don't need, hey, goodness gracious. Oh, but I don't know. Oh, goodness. Oh, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Blah, blah, blah. Poor me. Just get over yourself. That's my fatherly advice right there. You'll find that life is a heck of a lot better if you just get over yourself. And you're welcome there. And I don't do Amazon drop shipping. So we're going to bring that range down to about 4. We got shadows. I would like soft shadows on that. Thank you very much. And I'm going to add NGSS to make sure that we get the nice effect. Welcome. So, and it's just strange because we heard that there were like schools in Great Britain that they had to bring all the boys into, the gymnasium and say, all right, guys, we've heard you people have been, some of you may have been listening to this Andrew Tate guy. I mean, honest to goodness, yeah, your civilization is on the edge of collapse if that's where your young men are going. Anyway, all right, I think we are good. Yeah. Oh, look, we have a duplicate there. It looks. Oh no, 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 we just have something in there. want to bring that over, adjust that just a bit. Because now I've brought that in a bit, I can extend that down there. That looks better. Except the staircase is still going through that. That just annoys the hell out of me. So yeah, I don't know whether Jordan Peterson would even count as a philosopher. I would say no. He counts as like, she's a merchandiser of absolute BS is what it is. I just really have no idea how to classify him. But that's better with the chair that way. Right. And okay, we're gonna run this again to just check that. And by the way, Andrew Tate also is a serial animal abuser. So anybody who does that, you don't need to get advice, life living advice from somebody who abuses animals. Okay. Yeah, there we go. But let's just see here. It's okay, but the problem is I really want some light up above to really bring the room together a bit. It looks like these lamps over here need a fix as well. Yeah. Okay. Just going to add a second light up above and another light over to fix these guys. Or gals, whichever. However these lamps identify. And considering I last time I checked, I had no viewers. I mean, I don't blame them. Let's see here. Excuse me. Yep, we are missing a light. Let's just see. I bet there's no light at all inside of these. Let's see. Yeah, hold on. No? Let's see. Where are we here? Where are we here? Oh, it's a light inside the refrigerator. Yeah, we don't need those at all. So really, let's see. Oh, I think I know what to do. We're just going to copy one of those lights from inside of here over into one of those. Just see, do we apply all right? Yeah, apply all. Oh, it didn't have NGSS properly attached to it, so it is what it is. So let's see here. We are going to expand that and just copy the light. And open that guy and paste it inside of there. And it's probably 15 miles away, but we're used to that. We work with Unity. We just get used to that. You work around it. Where are you? Oh, there you are. You're actually very close. Good for you. So anyway, just got to say about that, considering I was on the concept of talking about philosophers earlier. But again, if you consider Andrew Tate or Jordan Peterson to be a philosopher, again. And it's strange that, considering Jordan Peterson's like history with drugs and all of his books about how to be an upstanding citizen, he never really went into that all that much. I guess he didn't want to appear as a hypocrite too much. So hey, good. I mean, you did one thing right there, Jordan. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't add an NGSS to that. Got to do that. Turn that on. apply that. And it doesn't look like NGSS may be enabled on these. Let's just go into those again and check those. Yeah, not enabled. Okay, so let's take a look at that again. But first we're going to apply all overrides. Oh, hello, Tom Quinlan. Thank you, Tom. Are you still there? I've had people tune in and then tune out. It's just one of those things. And again, these aren't exactly the most exciting things. Thank you. Well, I mean, these are just, this is the second out of 4 total reviews that we're having. We are doing of all interiors to make sure that everything, works as best as we can. And right now I'm doing the lighting, and we're very close to hitting the 120 mark on things completed. I kind of like that. But we still got to fix the texture on that bottle there. Okay, fix water bottle texture. That's screwy. Because it shouldn't be glowy like that. That's weird. Yeah, I kind of like that, but it's still... But... Yeah, there's no light at all in the bathroom. That's odd. I'm going to mark this half done and just move on to the next, because I just want to mark, because I know some of the interiors are 100% other than this one. We've gone through the school. We've gone through grandmother's house. We now want to... Yeah, let's just move on to, it would be, but I don't think the utilities. I don't think the utilities lighting is done at all, but maybe it is. Let's just see. Just making sure we have, what is this? Oh, that's Lance's, yeah. Yeah. Bring the cat in. Yeah, we can't move it, so we have to go to play mode. Can move out again. I wonder why it's doing this. I'm gonna have to look into it again. I asked Google. I got no response. I'm wondering if it's because I'm having a problem with Windows right now. Windows is just saying it isn't registered ever since I installed some new stuff, and I don't think that's the case. Wow. Hold on. Where's all that light coming from? Look how brightly lit this world is. What the heck here? Hold on. I'm going to deactivate this and see where all that lighting is coming from. Yeah, I want to get rid of every other light in here other than the one that I am working on. Where are these? Hold on for a moment. Yeah, just a lot of lights out here. Let's see. F. Yeah, oh, yeah. We're going to get rid of those. Let's see. Maybe I could just disable them. Yep. Just weird that we had so much other strange light going on. All right, so. And we had Grandma Ellison's house. Excuse me. Yeah, there we go. Utilities. Turn that back on and make sure the lighting's what we have. Light we have in there. Lights that we have in there are functional. Okay, spotlight, wall light, wall light, wall. It doesn't look. We have a one directional and a few point lights. We can turn those on. Okay. Overruns. Okay, so let's see. Do we have a cat inside of there? No, we don't. She is not. Yeah, I don't know whether there would be books on the floor. That's odd. But again, that's the next review. We want to have at least 10 readable objects inside of each place. I will be right back. I got to go grab some protein. Excuse me. Gotta turn my lights off. Put my sound down. I'll go and do that. Be right back. been down for an hour now. My volume's been down for like a half hour. My goodness. No, about 10 minutes. It was. It was what it was. Hey, I'm an idiot. I got sometimes my audio goes out. Or I just am not paying attention. Now, I'm just wondering, do we want a little bit of a let's see here. Soft shadows. And we want NGSS on that as well. Yeah. Somebody in the chat could have gone, "Hey, Eric, hey, idiot, you got your thing already." Let's take another look at this and see. I don't think it needs volumetric. I don't think we need much in the way. I mean, I put volumetric lighting on in the prison, but that's because it's mood lighting. Yeah, I still don't like that. Look at that. Is the light behind it? It may not be positioned correctly. Let's just get. Sorry, we got to do it again, guys. Got to do it again and again and again. And boy, check out the brightness on that thing. Let's see here. Let's see. Open. Again, point what? Let's go and make sure exactly that is positioned. Oh, look at that. That's why. The point light is like literally what, a mile away, or is it inside of? No, it's geez, where is it? It is away. No, it's inside of there. That has the shadows turned off, right? Cast shadows off. Yeah, and the point light, soft shadows, NGSS local. Huh. Maybe move the intensity up to maybe here. Odd. And okay, and now we're going to apply the override. Oh, I think I know why I did. Now we're going to be blasted out by light. I applied the override to the light itself, but not to the prefab of the school. So I don't think our lighting came across in the last one here. So let's just take a look here. Just looking at the shadows and making sure that everything is as it should be. It seems to be a little bit, no, the shadow is just weird there, odd, but can't expect it to be perfect. Let's just see here. Okay. Yeah, some things are out of scale, but we'll fix all of those. Oh yeah, and I never fixed this problem here. Just walking right through the walls. Okay, we gotta fix that. We gotta figure out why does this not have its collider? That is bizarre. Okay. Open. Grab that whole shebang and then go box. Oh, a box collider? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, okay. That wrong part. This part. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, it has no collider on it. That's absolutely stupid. All right, so let's just go add component mesh collider. Boy, that got us. It got through our review. Jeez. Wow. Sometimes the simplest things are the ones that catch you up. You know? All right, kitty. I want you to run right into a wall here. Let's see. Great. Now we're good. Okay. Yeah, now he's not running through any walls. Boy, that was embarrassing. Good to check that. Now I'm going to actually put that in like things that we accomplished because that was not even known, I think. But I kind of like the idea. Jeez, do I? I don't like the idea of putting just a bit of a volumetric effect on the lights in these. Just a teensy one. Very light. Light. And we're going to make this really low and small. 0.6. 0.6, and the range should be shorter. Actually, the intensity should be 0.25 or 0.33. 0.33 and range of 0.5 or 0.66. All right, cool. Here's hoping it isn't too crazy. Oh yeah. Apply the overrides. Okay, well, maybe it's already safe. So let's just go in and open that up. And just, I want to take a very close look at these, make sure I got those overrides. Yep, apply. There we go, baby. Because you always have to go up and down the hierarchy. I keep forgetting. So, alrighty then. I think we are. Let's just get this. Number one, just apply those overrides. Can make sure. All right. So I started talking off about it. Started, just this whole thing about talking about how much I had a distaste for, modern philosophy, and then I proceeded to just talk for 5 minutes with my mic turned off. Hey. Okay, let's just take a look here. Yeah. Yeah, you see the volumetric effect a little bit further off. You see the light in the distance there. You have much more of that kind of effect than you do closer. And that's why I kind of like it. You see as it comes closer, it sort of fades out. So, okay, cool. Alrighty then. Let's see. We could put the utility buildings into the done category. Oh yeah, check lighting on lighting. So we're gonna go. Let's see. We've already checked the school. I know the town, the library, the radio station, the utilities building. There we go. And I think Liz's house is ready to go as far as lighting. We can just check that really quick. Put this in our done column. And by the way, so we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 120. I think we're gonna have 200 or probably 300 completed, and it's not that I'm expecting. It's just that there's so many things that you can fix and make better. So many things, so many adjustments that need to be made. So let's see. Make sure there are no overrides to be applied. All right, great. So we can get rid of this guy here. And we're going to bring in the intro Liz. for some reason. Well, it was before we got the current naming convention. It was back when the idiots were working with us. So anyway, let's see here. Bring that up. Now, we were having a problem earlier that the cat would skitter around when she was inside of the Liz home. I'm wondering if that's still the case. And by the way, it seems that phones, I mean, every time I get a new phone, the screens seem to be getting bigger and freaking bigger. And I mean, this was the cheapest, like, smartphone I could get. And it's just kind of insane how these are. But it's good to have it back. I mean, I always listen to like rain falling and such at night, and I kind of miss that because I always got it out of my phone. I wonder if the speaker is any better on this one. Let's just see. I think I have came with YouTube. Let's see, yeah, YouTube. Let's just see here. Yeah, I'm in here, so it has my the stuff that I've saved. Let's just see here. Any downloads? Oh yeah, it was on my downloads. I did have downloads on my own phone. I got to get my. Let's just see, rain hours. 10 rain. We went 10 hours of good rain. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go, baby. This one, the orange tint one here. Let's just see here. Come on, give me the image. Yeah, no, it's a black screen as well. Anyway, yeah, I have to listen to this stuff, otherwise, I can't sleep without it. I just have very bad tinnitus, and it's bad. It's easier to swallow, like it's swallow, easier to do. See, low quality, no. Oh yeah, low quality on sound is the important thing. Ugh. Oh wow. Hopefully this is not broadcasting. That's loud. Whoo. All right. And there was another one. I'll do that later. I don't need to be adjusting my phone while I'm on the thing with you guys. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to check, bring that cat over, and check the interior lighting here. What? You gotta be kidding me. Wow, it stuck our kitty cat way down below. All right. All right, that's good, yeah. Excitement. Oh, let me see. I've been going now for an hour and 18, so I can quit. I should just give it up. Yo. Um. Okay, this looks good. Mm-hmm. We gotta fix that. Yeah, I like this lighting. Yeah, the lighting in here is good. I just got to make sure that the shadows are set up properly. But I kind of like this, yeah. And yeah, I've been complaining every stream that I did before. I was always complaining about the look of this kitchen. I really, really didn't like the wall pattern. So looks like the ceiling needs to a little bit of adjustment, but heck. Okay, so we can now put Liz's house down there. Let's see. Radio station. Oh, that's one that needs serious help. Let's see. Town hall. Liz's house. Oh, hold on. Liz's house? Didn't I just put that down there? Yeah. Get rid of you there. Okay, the radio station is problematic. Library's problematic. Town hall is problematic. Police station, market, school. Yeah. We got to figure out the problem with those neon lights. We are at 121. Issues taken care of. Oh, remove glowing embers from fireplace. We took care of that. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to do retreat chair colliders, bog rolls, proper sense project. See, meow pitch for every cat. We've got that, but really, what we're gonna do now is we actually found specific meows for each of the 3 cats that you get in the beta. So we're gonna be adding those. Get rid of that. So let's see here. Review and improve all existing interiors. You know, I'm going to remove those because those are all handled in our review process. And actually, props, furniture, yeah, that would also be the paintings on the wall. So I don't think I need to add that. That would be props, furniture, paintings. Okay. I actually think the paintings are going to be something all for themselves. So, because the images that are on the wall are incredibly important. Check paintings in. Move this up here. So, let's see here. We now have, pardon my belching there, 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 29. Actually, no, 39. I'm sorry. And fighting. And in the thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. 18. So really, we actually moved it down from 61 to 57, right? 57. 57 items, 122 done. That's pretty awesome. I didn't get as much done as I thought I could. Actually, no, I cleared out this entire list here today. Check I got the walls and molding and all of those areas just checked and double checked. I got the cat meows edited, the new meows edited, but I needed to put that in like my accomplishments because really it doesn't matter until they're in. Getting deer hoof sound effects. Jeez, that's going to be. I guarantee you there's some really good sound effect house out there that has good, sound effects for the cat. Actually, hold on for a moment. We want better footstep sounds too, right? Because I really don't like our current footstep sounds. SFX for cat footsteps. So we're going to move up to 19.9. Okay, so Canadian Memorial, Mayor photos. That's something. Oh, I just want to say, like I said, we use Midjourney AI to adjust photographs of all the contributors. I will say the new version, i6 or 6.0, it's kind of weird. It produces better quality images, far better, but it is dumb. It doesn't know what it's doing. I mean, if you ask 5.0 to create a certain kind of image, it seems to have a better intuitive understanding of what you're asking for than what we have now. So anyway, yeah, I think what I'm going to do now is um, heck, this is something we could look at together. Let's do this all together here. Let's look for deer hoof FX because really sound let's see the sound effect sound effect is it FX? I forget what. Anyway, deer hoof SFX. Why not? Pond 5. We got them and it wasn't all that great. Oh, a sound effect. Here we go. I've gotten stuff from a soundeffect.com before, actually. Let's see. I mean, do we want to drop $30 just to get deer sound effects? You know, deer hoof sound effect. Maybe I could just look for hooves. They're made from hooves, you know. Hoof. Let's go. Hoof. Oh, here we go. Hoof. Jeez, look at that. $200. No. In fact, those are probably just like sound effects the horse is vocalizing. I could probably, just use horse hoof sound effects for the deer. It's just that, me being me, I'm like, no, it has to be precisely. I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go for some horse hoof effects for the deer. So, those who tuned in, it was every bit as boring as I promised, and to make it even more boring, I didn't have sound on for about 10 minutes while I was streaming. So, anyway, guys and gals and those in between, I'll see you probably in a day or two when we do Final Stretch Part 7. And yeah, I'm going to be probably doing this every day just so we can, so you see, we're getting closer. Take care. Bye-bye.